So let's go ahead and get started. And just to confirm, everyone can see this slide over here, right? Where it says, okay, cool. Let's get started. So what are the advantages of an email campaign and a newsletter? I'm sure that during this climate and in this situation, you have all kind of seen maybe some more virtual information being sent via email, via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. And so we're really going to start seeing a big push for more virtual ways of communicating with our clients. And an email campaign and newsletter is a great way, especially for people who might not feel comfortable on video just yet. So it's still a really good opportunity to let your voice be heard, participate in the digital marketing realm, and really start to personalize and get your own kind of content out there to your sphere, to your clients, as well as keeping them updated on market updates, what to expect when things kind of die down a little bit, how to prepare their homes for the market, and even just letting people know about your just listeds or coming soons. So how to create a Canva account. So for the newbies, for the people who have never participated with Canva, here is a little kind of tutorial on how to log on to Canva. So you go to canva.com, enter your full name, give them a little bit. This is coming directly from Canva, so when it says tell us what you do, that's for Canva. So give them a little information if this is going to be.
That's all it is. You do the same thing on a listing, right? Because on a listing, the pain is I got to move really quick. On a listing, you know, right? The pain's there. But what you don't do on attraction is you.
Someone's talking in the background.
You guys pretend they care why you came.
Papa's going to the store today.
Just mute everybody.
Let me mute everyone.
You can mute all of us.
Okay, let's mute everybody. I'm like, oh, mute the system.
All right, but I used to have this argument.
Oh, hurry, please.
I'm sorry. I'm going.
You know, they asked me. I have to, you know, it's
okay.
Like
Eric, how do I mute everybody?
I said, it's like saying, how's the weather? I'm just telling you, it's a conversation starter.
I think if you go into participants, you can move people there. If you click participants.
You're going to, well, let me tell you why I joined.
It should open a window. There we go. Let's do it. Okay, everyone's muted now. Thank you for your help. Appreciate it. Okay, let's move forward. So Canva, how to create the account. So you go to the Canva website, you enter your full name, you give them a little snippet as to what you're going to be using this for. You choose an option how you want to sign up. So you could sign up with your Gmail account through your Google or through Facebook. I find that that's the easiest way for me. That way you don't have to, oh, someone says, I don't hear Nia anymore. Okay.
I hear you.
Okay, well, let's continue. So you can use your Facebook or your Google through your email. That's the easiest way I find. That way you don't have to manage figuring out and remembering your passwords. And then you just kind of give them some necessary details and then you click sign up. They have a pro option where you can pay maybe between, I think it's like $9 a month, between $9 or $12 a month, and you can have full capability of the scope of their products, and that could range from different fonts to different photos that you can use, and that will just allow you to have full capability. If you go with the free option, you can still get a wide range of fonts, photos, templates to use. I find that even just the free version really does give you a lot to work with. So once you have your Canva account and you're starting to think about what you want your newsletter to be about, what kind of content you want to center around your newsletter, I would recommend starting with developing a plan of what you want to talk about. So that can range from anything from health and wellness, that can be a market update, that can be a touch base with your clients or your sphere to let them know and keep them updated on what you're doing during this time. It can be to provide encouragement during this time as well, or it could be giving home improvement tips. It could be things to do with your kids during quarantine. It could be your best practices. It could really be anything, but I would recommend focusing on a topic for your campaign and delving into it and giving as much information as you can. And each newsletter and campaign doesn't necessarily have to be about the same thing. You can switch it up. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if we have any. Okay. So to begin with a newsletter, you can simply type into, there's a search bar up in the upper left-hand corner on Canva, and you have these like different options to choose from. You want to go to templates, and then I just typed in email newsletter, and these are just a couple of the templates that I was able to get, but this just kind of gives you an idea of what templates are out there. I definitely recommend getting started. You don't have to start from scratch. That's the great thing about Canva, is a lot of people have already developed and designed a lot of pieces and they have been shared on the platform. So you don't necessarily have to start anything from scratch. It's a big time saver, and it gives you an idea and inspiration about what you want and how to design your newsletter. You can really add your own personal touch when it comes to color scheme, images, font sizes, different fonts, different kind of styles. You can really get creative and make it your own, and you can really have it centered around your business and personalize it as well. So, let's go back. I want to go back to the personalizing. So how to personalize your Canva template could be anything from adding in your logo, adding in your own colors that you might have picked for your brand, adding in your slogan, changing the font, adding in different visual aids or elements that could be consistent throughout your email campaign. Let me see here. I'm going to switch over to another to show you the campaign that I did for this presentation. So you can see here. So this is the campaign that I put together for the presentation today. And I started off with a template, and I just kind of started to personalize, starting with the colors. So I figured I obviously wanted to keep it within the brand, and I wanted to represent BHG always. So we used brand colors, but for your own personal, you can do a different color scheme. It doesn't necessarily have to be just specifically in the brand. I see somebody's phone is not muted. I'm gonna mute you. And all of these photos that you see here were all pulled from Canva. So I am using the Pro account, so I do have access to some photos that might not be available in the free account. However, like I said before, the free version does offer a lot to choose from. So I started off when I created this campaign trying to figure out what I wanted to show, what I wanted to talk about. And I think that it's a good idea to, in the campaign, to actually let your readers know what they're going to expect. So I just kind of added here in this campaign, you'll learn how to create a Canva account, email campaign topics and examples, how to find templates to get started, how to personalize your campaign, how to save and send. The great thing about newsletter campaigns, and just maybe just newsletter in general, is you can really take the time to personalize and have your own voice and let your personality shine through. And I think that that's really important, because especially if you're sending it to your audience and your clients in your sphere, you want it to be very personal, and you want it to be as if, you know, it's as if they're getting a phone call from you, or they're getting that direct information just from you. So I gave a little blurb here about what the advantages are of an email campaign. And on the second page, we just have kind of the basics as far as, what's going on there? The basics as far as what to expect, how to create a Canva account. So we went over that as in the previous slides. Some example topics, and I can send this out to everybody as well, so you guys all have access to this. Just some topics. So again, market updates, just listed, open house. An email campaign is a great way to have a virtual tour invitation. So if you're going to be doing an open house virtual tour, an Instagram virtual tour, by sending it out in a newsletter prior, it's a great way to invite your clients in your sphere to tune in. A proof of production. You can do something more centered around, maybe a different neighborhood, a certain neighborhood that you specialize in, and give information about in different cities. Maybe your key demographic is you want to pick buyers who are in a certain area, maybe looking to move to another area. So let's take, for example, Oakland residents looking to move somewhere in San Leandro or San Ramon, Pleasanton area. You can take this opportunity to send something personal to them and give them that information through a proof of production. Health and wellness, you can give tips on what you've been doing during this time, or just things that you do in general to keep up on your health and wellness. Things that you're passionate about. It doesn't have to all be about your business. I think the great thing about these is it can offer people more of an insight into you personally. So whether you're passionate about sports, or you're passionate about knitting, or you're passionate about meditation, you can do a whole campaign and a whole newsletter just based off of that and giving information. I think a great one for people to do would be working from home tips. And to how to prepare your home for the market. I think those are two of the biggest and the widest topics that I've seen that people are looking for information about. So I think that would be a good place to start. And home improvement projects are great, especially being with BHG. You can go onto the BHG website and get a ton of tips and tricks and pull it directly from the BHG website and plug it into your campaign. Again, here into how to personalize your campaign. When it comes to personalization, working with the template is your easiest guide to creativity and to give you some inspiration to work with. So I often say, don't try and reinvent the wheel. Go with what they have already for you and customize, especially if you're in a crunch for time. I know that sometimes digital marketing can be stepping into to uneasy territory for some people. So don't be too hard on yourself and utilize the templates that are there and just add some customization. I would definitely not recommend copying someone's template just from where it is and make it your own a little bit, but definitely use it for inspiration. So again, that looks like adding in your logo, including your tagline, choosing a color scheme, including visual elements, and that can include videos, that can include static photos, that can include charts. Anything as a visual element is a great way to break up the newsletter, so it's maybe not looking like as much information for someone to read, but they can also have some visuals as well. Be authentic. There's nothing worse than getting something from someone and you can tell that it's not really them talking or their message. So definitely in your message and definitely in your campaign, be as authentic as possible. And that also kind of ties into not necessarily having to have it all surrounded and centered around business. Don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. If you want to do something funny and you want to share something maybe a little bit unconventional, let your personality shine through. I think with newsletters and campaigns, there's a little bit of wiggle room. It doesn't have to be super stringent in the box. I think you can definitely think outside the box and get creative. create engaging content. So that might be a challenge, to always have to come up with something that's engaging for people. So I would definitely recommend gaining examples from others. So if you have seen other newsletters that you thought were really engaging, try and pick out the elements that you thought were engaging, whether it was the specific content that they were providing, or maybe it was a way in which they told a story or an anecdote, or maybe they added an element of comedy in there, or maybe they were just super real and raw and just gave you their pure emotions on what's going on right now and how they're really truly feeling. And mix it up. Like I said before, it's okay if it's not all about your business. I think that that is a way to gain a level of trust and authority really with the people in your sphere and your client base. And it gives people an opportunity to, like I said, see you in a more personal light. So there's many ways to go about sending out an email campaign. There's MailChimp, there's Constant Contact, and a lot of these platforms have free options where you don't necessarily have to pay for a subscription. I know that MailChimp has a free option that you can choose from in order to be able to send out your email campaign. This is especially important if you're going to be trying to do something that's interactive. And by interactive, I mean having live links on your email campaign. I don't have any on this because having it done through Canva, I wanted to really just show what you can do without actually having to have, oh, sorry. I'm looking at your questions. I didn't see your questions. I will get to your questions in just a second. With MailChimp, you can include embedded videos. So that's something that on Canva, if you're going to be downloading the image and placing it directly into a Gmail body email, you might not be able to have those live links and videos be able to play the way that you want them to. So for this, it would be more so for beginners who aren't going to be embedding videos. If you do want to embed videos, then you would have to use either download, and I can show this example as well. You can either download the file from Canva to a video file instead of a PNG. PNG is an image file. Or you can go through a Constant Contact or MailChimp. So that would be the easiest way, I would say. And I am going to be doing a follow-up on an email campaign through MailChimp, so that way you guys have that information as well. But for today, just a quick, easy way to save and send. You would go through Canva, you would select the download icon, which is in the upper right-hand corner. It's an arrow that points down and has a line under it. That's the download icon. You would choose the PNG file. That's an image file. You could do a JPEG. PNG comes out at a higher resolution. So it's going to come off, it's going to look better when you send it through the email. You would then open your Gmail or whatever email sending service, whether it's Outlook or Yahoo, whatever you personally use. For this, we are using Gmail, and compose a new message. Then, I don't know why it says brag. You would drag the PNG download into the body of the email. So by this, I mean you would take the download from your download area, drag and click that into the body of the email. So kind of as if you're attaching an image, but you want to actually put it into the body. So that way the image will pop up into the email. Then you just want to resize and fill up the body of the space of the body of the email. So I just dragged, there was just like a blue line around the image, like a cropping line, and you would just drag that and kind of fill up the entire page. So that way, when someone were to open up the email, you would just see the image fully. And then you would repeat those steps depending on how many pages you have. My campaign, I had 2 pages. You could have a page, 2 pages, 3 pages, or more. I would probably recommend not going over 3 pages, only because most people probably wouldn't go through all of it. I would definitely try and piece it up to have smaller campaigns, but you would want to repeat those steps as many times as many pages you have. You would choose your recipients. I would definitely recommend having an email group in your address book of people who you want to send this out to. I mean, if you want to send it out to everyone, you definitely can. There's no harm in that. But having an email group and a recipient group already put together makes it way easier to just send it out to everyone without having to worry about adding somebody individually. And then you would send it out. So that's the easiest way to get started. Can you do a demo? Yes, I can do a demo. Okay, so let's go through the questions, because I'm just now seeing your guys's questions. So let me go through your questions really quickly. Let's see. Do you have any suggestions for content? So content, I would say, to start off with, there's nothing better than to talk about what we're going through right now. So some great content might be what you're going through as far as, I'm sorry if you guys can hear the banging, it's my nephew. He is 2 years old, so please bear with me. I'm sorry if you can hear it. Great content would be health and wellness during this time, mental health tips, working from home tips, how to prepare your home for the market, especially if you have those sellers who are kind of holding off right now. I would say doing a newsletter about how to prepare your home for the market once this clears up is a great informational piece. And I think that would be an amazing thing to start off with. Proof of production doesn't hurt as well. And home improvement projects right now would be really great. Second question is, so one can upload photos and images from our desktop and files. Yes, you can upload photos and images directly from Canva, directly from your desktop to Canva. So you can use your own personal files and photos, videos, or you can use the stock photos and videos that they have provided on Canva for you. Let me show you. There's a little upload area. I'm gonna go here and show you. So right over here, there's an uploads area where you can add in your own uploads. For those who haven't used Canva before, this is what the design platform looks like. This is the newsletter that I was working on, and this is just without it being in the presentation mode. So here you see the templates that I was referring to a little bit earlier, where you can see, here's all, they even have an area for real estate newsletters. Let's go ahead and look at that, where you can see everything. Photos, these would be your stock photo area. So you can pretty much type in anything and you can have some stock photos included right over here. If you are on the free version, just note that there will be like a little icon where this pro is. There will be a little icon that'll have like a little money sign. That means that you'd have to pay for that image. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be going through the free platform. And then, like I said, right here, the uploads, where we have some amazing agents over here, but you can upload any of your images from that. So I'm going to go back to the present mode here. Let me see. Would this work with Moxie as well to mass send? That's a great question. Moxie does allow you to send mass emails. I'm not sure how you would add this into Moxie. I can do a demo and then record something and then send this out to you guys as well. But as long as you can add an image into Moxie, you would be able to do this in Moxie as well. So I would think that it would be the same sort of process where you would download it as an image and then drag it and click it into the body of the email in Moxie. But I would have to troubleshoot that and see. But I can definitely do that and get back to you on that. Let me see here. Could this be used with Lions Deck that has video email marketing? I would have to see about the specifics about Lions Deck. If it's video email marketing, for this I didn't do any videos, but I would have to see the platform and see if I would be able to add the image into the platform. Pretty much you could use any sending platform as long as you can upload the image or the file into the platform that you're trying to send. So if Lions Deck is similar to a Constant Contact or MailChimp, you can definitely do that as well, but I would have to look into that for you. Let's see here. Can you do a demo? I can definitely do a demo, just to see exactly what demo are you looking for me to do. Do you want to see a demo of me putting it into the email, or a demo of how I created this? Can you do a demonstration to talk about the various topics? Just both, please. Okay. So let's start with how I created it. Let me go here. So I'm going to, I think for the demo purposes, I'm just going to add a new page here. I'm going to get rid of all of this. We'll just start from scratch here. So I'm just deleting what I already have. So say you're just logging into Canva, you would go here. Let's start from square one. So this is what Canva looks like when you open up. So I would go here to create design, and in this search bar, I would type in email newsletter. This will pop up. So the great thing about this is this will already give you the dimensions of an email newsletter. So this is good for even if you wanted to print it as well. But most times, if you type it into the dimensions, it'll already pull it up for you. So it directly gives us the templates area. So I'm just gonna pick, let's see what template I like. Let's just go with this one. I like the leaves. All right, so I don't necessarily want my newsletter to be about fashion, but I do like the aesthetic. So I'm gonna pick, and I like the design of this. So to get started, because it's all about BHG, I'm gonna put some more green in here. So I'm gonna go here to this elements section, and the great thing about elements is, again, it gives you so many options. There's these photo grids that you can use, shapes and frames and stickers. I'm gonna go to gradients because one of the biggest trends right now is gradients, especially within your marketing pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose this gradient here. Canva is really user-friendly, so it really is simple when you're trying to find out how to navigate. It's really straightforward. I'm gonna go up here to the colors, and I'm gonna change to our brand colors. So I'm gonna do a gradient from white to green, and I did this in the marketing moment newsletter that you saw earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put that to the back of the frame. Another quick tip with Canva, up here in this position area, this understanding and learning this function will really save you a lot of time. This position is going to basically be how to put something to the front of the image or put something behind. So what I have here is that green gradient that I just put in. I'm going to show you, I just put the position backwards. So forward, it would bring it up more forward and closer to the image. If I go backwards a little bit, it'll put it towards the back, which is what I want. Okay. Newsletter, I'm just gonna put, since we're in the marketing moment, I'm just gonna put marketing moment here. That's gonna be the title. I don't necessarily like this volume and issue. You can keep it if you want to, but I'm not necessarily doing this as a volume. So I just kind of take that off. And I'm just gonna create my title. So say we're gonna do the topic of health and wellness. Okay, make this a little smaller. Oh, not that small. You have the size area right here. You can easily go between sizes. I'm gonna ungroup this. Kind of, don't really want that. Just format. Okay, cool. I'm gonna change the pictures so we can go over here to photos. So similar to what someone asked earlier, this is where you can add your own personal uploads. So say I uploaded a picture, I'm just going to use this lovely house, for example. Say I uploaded that, I want to use it for my picture, I'm just going to drag and click that in. If you just click on it, it will automatically just pull into the campaign, but I like to drag and click it into the frame. So from here, you can really kind of play around with what your topic is going to be. This is where the meat of the campaign is going to come into. So if we're talking about health and wellness, we can have something for mental health. Yeah, just kind of giving you an example. So say for instance, we're done with our campaign. I'm gonna go from my own personal campaign that I did, and I'm gonna show you how to download it into Google. So I'm gonna go up here. This is our campaign. I'm gonna go up here to this download area. I'm gonna change the file type to a PNG. Like I said before, you could do a JPEG. It's going to be a smaller image size. If you had a video, the good thing about Canva is they have this beta video program situation. So you can actually have a video in here and download it as an MP4. However, putting that in an email, the video option of it might just play on a continuous loop and not necessarily be something where if they click it and it'll play the video, it'll just keep playing. Let me see, we're gonna go to the PNG. I'm going to download the first page. No, let's download both pages. I'm gonna download both pages of the campaign. It's gonna let me know. In the meantime, I'm gonna go over here to Google. Okay, everyone, don't judge me. I have a lot of emails, so I do have to go through them. All right. So I'm going to go to my email here. I'm gonna go to my Finder. I'm working on a Mac, so it might look a little bit different for everyone. I'm gonna go here to my downloads. I'm gonna go to the folder. I'm gonna find where my newsletter is, and I'm going to make sure that my cursor is clicked on the body of the email and drag and click the image into the email. So here is where we have this blue box. I'm going to expand this to make it bigger to where it will take up the majority of the frame. And then I'm going to put my cursor again in the body of the email, go to my downloads, and drag and click that file and do the same step of making this bigger. And there you have it. And then if you wanted to, if you were gonna type a message, like I would recommend typing a message first. I would recommend typing a message first before you add in the actual campaign, or else you'll have to type the message on the bottom after you add the image. But does best fit work in the body of the email? So if you do best fit, it does work. It just makes it a little bit small. So I found when I sent myself, let me see, like when I sent myself, this is the email campaign that I sent myself as a test for today. And this is even after I made it bigger. So you can see that it doesn't really, let me minimize this so you can actually see. You can see that it actually really doesn't take up the full space of the body of the email. So you could make it even bigger. If you do best size, it will make it a little bit smaller. So you can do that, just be prepared for it to just be a little bit smaller. You could even make it bigger than what it is here if you really wanted to. But I didn't want to mess around with it too much and risk it blowing it out too much. But this is a great way to just kind of get started and get your feet wet doing an email campaign. I wanted to show you, I'm going to go back to the presentation because I wanted to show you an example of one of our own who was doing their own email campaigns, and I thought it was great. I mean, she did it within Canva, and it's our very own Kat from our Oakland office, our OA and a new agent, no sound. Rosie, you might not have any sound, but hopefully you can be able to hear me. So this was done by Kat, and she has a great title, Convos with Kat. I love this, the quarantine edition. That made me laugh. That was pretty funny. But she even had, like, on the second page, I didn't put both pages, but on the second page, I didn't want to put all her stuff out there. I wanted to use her as an example, but I didn't want to put everything out there. But on the second page, it had some videos, like a cool dance video. It had a BHG tutorial that she pulled just from the BHG website. It had a DIY hand sanitizer, how to make your own hand sanitizer. It was just really awesome. But she did this all within Canva. And so, here you can see that she utilized one of the templates and some of the templates, and even maybe if she didn't change the, and I'm not saying that she did or she didn't, but maybe she didn't change the font. She kept the fonts, but maybe changed the image. And this might be a stock image from Canva. She added her information here using some of the frames that Canva offered. But I just thought it was really a great idea and a great way to showcase, how some of our agents and some of our own are utilizing Canva and doing these kinds of campaigns. And honestly, you guys, if you do want to get into the realm of email campaigns and you're like, this is my next thing I want to tackle, I want to do it, maybe I don't feel comfortable with Canva just yet, when in doubt, go to Greenhouse. Greenhouse has so many options that are not necessarily 100% customizable, where you can change, colors and backgrounds and things like that, but it does give you a good place to start. Or even if you wanted to go to Greenhouse for some inspiration, that gives you some really great things to pull from as well. So I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with how to get to the Greenhouse newsletters. Maybe you can just either unmute yourself and say yes, no. If you want me to show you, I definitely can. But I definitely think that Canva is a great way to do it if you want to personalize and design and have maybe something a little bit more modern that you wanted to do. But if you're kind of stuck with that and you wanted to still get something out, definitely go to Greenhouse. And that is the end of my slide that I have here. Does anyone else have any questions or anything that you wanted to kind of see or go through? Reach out to Eric or myself for greenhouse help. Yeah, so Janine's saying if you need help with greenhouse, definitely reach out to her or Eric for some help in navigating greenhouse. I can definitely help you out as well. But yeah, this is an easy, quick way to create. Can you do a quick tutorial of the greenhouse? Yeah, let's go and do the greenhouse tutorial. Okay. Let me just close out some of the things that I have here. And so I'm gonna go to greenhouse through, I'm gonna go to greenhouse through my switchboard. And so we're gonna go to marketing. Once you log in through your switchboard, you don't have to worry about signing in through greenhouse. So I definitely recommend, if you're looking for anything, any kind of resources or tools that we offer, go through switchboard. It's the easiest way to navigate and get all the information that you need. So you want to go to marketing. What's the Canva website address, or is it in switchboard? If you just go to canva.com, that'll get you there. So digital marketing, you want to go to the digital marketing center. So I'm going to go to, awesome. I'm gonna go to email and video marketing. And I actually learned, so just to kind of recap, we went to the Digital Marketing Center, and then from the Digital Marketing Center, we went to email and video marketing. So that's what you see over here. You can do print as well. I learned this little trick from Chris Kirkham, our very own IT Associate Director. And if you're looking for, a lot of people are looking for like ways to virtually showcase properties. He showed me that if we go to Expect Better here, there's all of these property newsletters to choose from. So I'm just going to click on one, for instance. This is one that's for a property, has 3 pictures that you can include, some specs. You can add in your headshot. Because I don't have a headshot or anything in Greenhouse, it just says my name and my office phone number here. But you can customize your photos. You can do stock images or upload an image. You can change the verbiage here. You can save it for later, come back to it. I'm going to go ahead and exit here. I'm not going to save. And then you can publish. It'll send the steps for you to be able to compose your email and then publish it. But Greenhouse has a lot of options to choose from as far as your newsletters. So there's property newsletters. This is a proof of production, which I think is a really great design. A proof of production newsletter that you could utilize as well. Some more proof of production newsletters. Even if you just wanted to do a little message, a hello e-card, which would be great during this time, just to touch base, to kind of touch, have just a simple, hi, how are you doing? Hope everything's going well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a long email campaign. It could be something simple as just saying hi and touching base with your clients. Let's go. And on this drop-down menu here, you have a lot of options. So you can specify it to just buyer marketing. And this, it'll give you all the buyer marketing pieces. You can go to property marketing, and it'll give you some property marketing pieces. These are great for right now. We have a lot to offer if you are having a coming soon and you want to get that out. There's some really modern designs. There's some great templates to choose from. Or you could just use this as inspiration to make your own. If you want to use this as an inspiration to then make your own in Canva, you definitely can. But this is a way to utilize all of the newsletter and campaigns that Greenhouse offers for you as well. So I hope that tutorial kind of showed you guys how to use it, and hopefully I look forward to seeing some newsletters, some email campaigns. I'm excited. But if there's no other questions, or if anyone else, I wanted to open up, let's see. Are there any recipe and DIY templates? Oh, I don't know, let's see. Everyday greetings, special collections, specialty markets. What is the benefit of Canva if you have all of these options in Greenhouse? That's a great question. The benefit of Canva is that you can really customize it to any detail, whether that's color, size of the images. There's only so much customization that you can do through Greenhouse. So it's really up to you. I find that a lot of people like to just use the Greenhouse templates, but maybe they've been something that they've used before and they want to kind of switch it up, or they want to expand their own digital marketing skills, or just maybe switch up their marketing a little bit. That's where Canva would come in handy. And again, just being able to customize. Can you create a marketing piece in Canva and upload it into Greenhouse to distribute? I don't know. Let's see.
Not how you want it. I don't mean to interrupt, but I've tried it. Yeah, not how you want it.
No, it won't. How does it come? How does it come out?
It doesn't come through at all. Like it
Really?
won't upload the type of files that I've tried to upload, and they have multimedia going through. They've got like you see
the videos,
the embedded files.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you upload it, it would just be the static files. And does the formatting come off? Like, does the format come the same, or does it change the formatting of it?
When I've tried it before, the format was lost, and so
yeah,
it basically was like me starting from inception.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think you can upload. I really don't think that you can upload your own personal. It's kind of similar to like the business cards with Express Docs. There's only so much customization that you can do there. I mean, you really can't upload and customize completely. So you can add a PDF file from Canva and send it out through Express Docs. Through postcards you could, but for the email campaign, you would want to either do it through Canva and send it through another service, or if you were going to go through Greenhouse, you would want to just use the Greenhouse campaigns. Back to the question about DIY templates or recipe templates. For these campaigns, you can make it into a recipe template by changing, the ducks looked really cute, so I just clicked on it. But you can change the message in the campaign. Oh, it's not loading. You can change the message in the campaign, being that you can make it a DIY template and you can make it a recipe template, as long as you just add those elements in. Oh no. I hope I'm not frozen. We're just gonna exit out of there. But you could also, if you wanted to add those elements in, to bhg.com and add that. You can definitely add those templates from bhg.com and add them into Canva, or take the actual recipe and type it out in the greenhouse template. But definitely taking it from greenhouse would be a great way to do it. Are there any other questions before I've taken up almost the full hour? Thank you guys for your questions. That really helped. Let's see. Is there anywhere to find an email marketing content ideas, like a calendar? Yeah, the best thing, you could Google email marketing content ideas.